Welcome back to the channel. This video comes from a user on TikTok that goes by the name of Official T Marie. Um, she's gonna talk about men not helping women in stressful situations, i.e., trying to put something in their car, or carrying heavy loads, or being confronted by someone out in public. I've seen other videos where, guys try to help a woman and sometimes she's in on it. They jump the guy, take his money, try to rob him. Or the guy tries to help, a woman just, having an issue with a random man or boyfriend or whatever. And that guy ends up getting deleted because, the guy doesn't know what type of situation he's walking in on. But we're, as males, we're expected to protect random strangers. I don't have any issue. If it's your family member, brother, mother, sister, aunt, grandmother, daughter, wife, girlfriend, yeah, that's your job. That's your duty. But some random person, you don't owe them nothing because you need to be able to get home to your family at the end of the day. You risking your life for some random person and they ain't gonna think twice about you once you're gone. Don't do it. Don't be that guy. But let's see what you got to say.
Reason that it is said that black men does not protect black women is because some black men, not all. So if you do not fall within the some category, just shut the fuck up, all right? Cause I'm surrounded. The men in my family, so I'm surrounded by men, real men, that don't play about me, that don't play that shit, and that don't play about the women in their family. So heavy.
I got the same thing in my family. You mess with our family, yeah, we coming at you. You know, but random persons, we're not obligated. Keep that in mind. Another thing is, like, a lot of women, specifically black women, they come with attitude, and that gets them in trouble a lot of the times. If they learn how to control the attitude and that mouth of theirs, they can avoid 90 to 95% of the confrontation that they encounter if they just, treat people better, in the whole.
Heavy on the some black men. Some black men get off on a black woman looking around for protection when she's being disrespected or threatened. So if you are in a public setting, and we all know, like, men from other cultures and other races, they feel quite comfortable, openly comfortable, because they know if they disrespect a black woman, it's not always going to be a man that's going to come to their defense that they got an answer to.
That's false because random guys don't come up to a random black woman and start shit. It's because something said and a woman may feel slighted or some type of way about what was said, and she jumps into her feelings and she gets an attitude with that person. Of course, if it's a man, I'm not gonna let a woman talk to me this way, and they'll get aggressive too. So, like I said, 9 times out of 10, it's the attitude, it's the way that you speak that gets women in trouble. It goes for all races. Everybody knows that. If you learn how to talk to people, smile, kill them with kindness, feel slighted, okay, but you live to live fighting that day a lot of times. And everything's recorded. Have it, record, pull out your phone, start recording. You know, it's hard to fight, what's on video. But, saying that men get off on not protecting women, that's false.
And so let's say you out and about and you get into some type of discourse with somebody from another culture. And he starts disrespecting you, and then he starts getting comfortable enough to, like, threaten you with physical violence and shit like that. There are some black men that will sit and watch that and will look forward to that black woman looking to them for protection, just to deny them the protection because they feel like that protection is to be earned.
Well, it's right and wrong because if you're out there talking shit and somebody says something to you back, replies to what you say, whatever you got coming, like you say, keep your hands to yourself and nobody's going to mess with you, because people generally don't go out there to start messing with black women. It's like black men don't go out there start messing with anybody either. It's the same across the board. But somebody says something. If you're in a store, grocery store, whatever the case is, if somebody says something to you because you're probably doing something stupid, and you get an attitude because you don't like how they said it or what they said, you know, if they reply with whatever aggression after that, that's on you. They trying to tell you to stop doing whatever behavior it is because you're in a public place, And nobody can tell black women anything because they get upset. Everybody knows that. There's numerous videos on it from both men and women of both races, all races. Everybody knows that. But don't expect just a random man to come help you. He'll take video. I'll take video. I don't know, like, especially if it's a whole bunch. I'm not gonna sit there and come up there and possibly get myself deleted. I have a family to get home to also. If there's other people around, yeah, get up then. But if it's just you, some random people, and then you're expecting me to come do something, I'm a videotape. Y'all can call me whatever name y'all want. I got a family to come home to. I made it 47 years on this earth, not jumping in other people's business because I know I've seen too many people get hurt, get deleted, or go to jail because dumb shit. So, no.
You niggas is scary.
Okay.
Y'all scary and you're coons. If you feel like a black woman has
shaming language just because somebody's helping, always with the shaming language. It kind of be expected, from look at the person. It's expected.
to earn your protection, she has to be deemed worthy of your protection. She has to be deemed worthy of you speaking up for her in the sense of somebody's being disrespectful or violent or whatever the case is. There are some black men, and this started way back when women got tired of being cheated on and the husband having a family around the corner and shit like that. You know what the consequences was for a woman speaking up for herself and no longer wanting to tolerate that? You raise these kids by yourself. You pay these bills by yourself. That's where deadbeats came from. So
are you sure it came from that, or you came from he got tired of your shit? He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. I'll just go have a family somewhere else. That's also, it's two sides of that coin. So, yeah.
Fast forward to now, women actually know how to handle shit.
Do they?
Even more now than probably before.
The women know how to handle shit, yet they're the ones who's getting laid off the jobs the most, the ones who's getting evicted the most, the ones who's getting their vehicles repoed the most. But you're handling your shit. Right.
Feel me? Black women are known for getting that shit done. So they can no longer threaten being a deadbeat or not providing anymore. That doesn't work anymore because we are the providers. So you know what's next in line? They have to make you feel like, oh, well, you want my protection, right? Well, shut up. Well, shut the fuck up. Treat me like a man.
Yeah, she knows what, shut the fuck up. You go out in public, don't talk shit. Don't be doing dumb shit. Because dumb shit happens to dumb people, right? Everybody knows that. You go out there, be respectable, do the right thing, follow the law, obey the rules, nothing will happen. If something does happen that's completely out of your control that you didn't do, record. Easy as peasy, right? That seems like a big, thing, but it's the easiest things that, people have the hardest times with.
Respect me because I'm a man. Then I'll protect you. So yeah, if you're wondering why people have this sense of, and it's very noticeable, and I actually want y'all to stay far away from me because there's real men out here that we don't have to like work for that protection. We don't have to earn that protection. If anything, I appreciate you showing me that that's your beliefs. Because I want you to stay far away from me. I want y'all to be on the other side. Because there's men out here that understand they're men.
They call simps. Some random guy comes up trying to, Captain Save a Hoe, come up there to get his ass whooped, get deleted. It's another dummy gone. The world keeps spinning, right?
And they understand that when it come down to it, there's just certain shit that as a man and as a black man, you cannot get out of. Point blank, period. They not gonna make you feel like you gotta earn that. They not gonna make you feel like, well, what you gonna do for this protection? Y'all look crazy and y'all look weird. But me personally, I appreciate when a man is comfortable showing me that. Because now I know where to place you categorically. I'm surrounded by real men. My family, my friends. I got real men around me. You feel me? So yeah, if you was ever wondering, that's what that comes from.
All right, then the video pretty much cuts off right there. Okay, so she's generalizing everybody, and then she goes back to her family and friends. So she's conflating everything. She talking about random people coming to protect her. That's not gonna happen because people, specifically men, are starting to see the other videos. They're starting to see the news reports on a daily for the past couple of years. Random man comes up and gets deleted because he tried to save some random woman. Now, y'all better watch yourselves out there. Protect yourselves.
Or whatever. It's up to the man in her life to deal with that and protect. You're being disingenuous with your post, man, because the conversation was saying that men need to hold other men accountable in their lives so that women feel safe. So you talking about not losing your life for another woman? It's up to a man in her life to protect her. That's not what we talking about. Also, accountability isn't always done physical for him. You can verbally hold a nigga accountable. You can stop fucking with the niggas who do women dirty, but you chose to only see that it has to be done violently.
Okay, this guy is commenting on the other guy's video. He's the other guy's video was talking about what she was saying. He's coming in from a completely different angle. Yeah, you can hold men accountable for certain things, but if they're doing stuff that you don't appreciate, like you said, you could drop them, go get other friends, but they're gonna still do what they're gonna do regardless. So you can only count for yourself at the end of the day. Don't get yourself deleted.
Or physically. If you can't fight, don't hop in a fight. It's really simple. Don't do that. But if I see a woman clearly being scared by a nigga approaching her at a bar, I'm gonna say something. Hey man, what's up, man?
See, that's completely different. He's talking about somebody going to a bar. If it's a bar, like I said, in a public place, if there's other people around, yeah, then you intervene. But if you're out and about and you're by yourself and you see people, going to get her, record, sit back, record, unless you got protection, unless you got that fire, that heat, then do something. But if not, don't get yourself deleted. He's talking about the public space with other people around. Of course, any random man should go up and say something. Put the person in check. If they don't go away, get the bartender, get somebody else, get security. They help out.
It ain't hard. Because women deserve to feel safe. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter what they wear, no matter where they are, they deserve to feel safe. And you niggas are missing the point and acting like women are asking for a lot. They want to feel safe. And they want to know that men hold other men accountable so they can feel safe. It's simple.
Let's see what these comments got to say. It says, not everyone fighting, OG. It's not that simple. How isn't it? Because people packing guns these days. People got knives. That's why. Yeah, you go up there trying to fight somebody. You bought 2 fists to a gunfight. You're on the losing end of that. Fuck that. Well said. This is a separate post of what the main topic is. See, that's all I'm saying. He's referring to something completely different than what the guy was actually talking about. I'm not losing my life for another woman. Will that woman take care of my family if something happened to me? Nope. See, the guy, here he is again. Nobody said you had to risk your life for another woman, man. While saying that what you said means the woman needs to have a man in their life to be protected, which is part of the problem. Well, yeah, if the woman wants to be protected, if she wants to be out and about, it's better for her to have somebody in her life, right? Boyfriend, husband, you know. With that man there, that's a deterrent, just automatically. Random people looking from the outside looking in, she sees you with somebody, 9 times out of 10, well, most likely 10 times out of 10, no one's going to try her because they see she's got a man. If they see her by herself, look from the outside, excuse me, from the outside looking in, they're more likely to try her or come up her, probably harass her. Like I said, a man, just his presence is a deterrent. So this guy's completely different. Thank you, 100, clap. We're not entitled to a woman's body or attention the same way they're not entitled to our protection and attention. See, yeah, some people get it. This guy's not getting it. Nowhere near the same thing. You really sound like thought you made sense, huh? This guy's not. See, he's not getting it. He's talking about something completely different. He's talking about being in a bar setting. These people are talking about being in a random setting. So it's two different situations, bumping heads with each other. Let's get on to the next video.
The men in my comment section, it is possible for me to be wary and cautious of men without hating y'all. Calm down. I don't know you to have strong feelings of hatred. Okay? I know there's a lot of, this is why we choose the bear. Y'all are very sensitive to the bear versus man conversation. I know that.
I'm over the whole bear thing because they don't get it. A lot of guys don't get it. Like I said, two different scenarios being conflated and bumping heads with one another. So,
okay, but I am not a misandrist. I don't hate y'all. Okay, what I do is listen to y'all. And see, y'all said y'all don't owe random women protection, and I actually agree with that. You putting your life on the line for a random stranger, you got to go back to your family. I agree. You shouldn't protect random people. But in the same breath, I don't owe random men politeness, pleasantry, and niceties. Okay? I don't move through the world thinking, oh my God, if anything happens to me right now, a man will protect me. No. I think
like she said, she doesn't owe a man, protection, pleasantries, and niceness. At the same time, we don't owe you protection either. So you don't want to say hello, God opens door, you don't say thank you. Got it. You go through the door, something happens on the other side. we don't owe you protection. So if something happens, you got eating your ass whooped. You know, it's a give and take, right? So that's whatever guy approaches that situation, that's on you. Like I said, just be wary that if something happens, they pull out a gun, pull out a knife, whatever, to delete you, or a bunch of other random dudes show up to, double team, triple team you. You got yourself into the situation.
I need to protect myself, which is why when he could be. I'm not thinking, oh, we share the same color. We'll be no.
Skin folk
listen.
and kinfolk.
I'm very submissive. You see, I follow your lead. So stop being emotional in my comments, right? And we'll be cool. I don't hate y'all, but what I do is listen to y'all, and I don't owe y'all nothing. Okay?
And it pretty much stops right there. See some of these comments. Cosign, don't worry. Don't fear, I hate y'all. Okay. Period. That's somebody black. Period. Clapping hands, clapping hands. White women are your feminist ally sisters. Speak on it. I need to put my glasses on. Jesus. I'm like all over the place. It's blurry. Hey y'all, let's collab. Send ambassadors via email to get started. Worldwide, whatever. Some bullshit. Hello. Don't owe him anything. I ain't marching, protesting, nothing. I'm resting in my feminine energy. I'm for black women and children only. Okay. Says review. Agreed. Girl, they don't listen. They so emotional, but who are they to get called enough? Whatever. You're such a beautiful woman. Blah 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 blah. So pretty much, she gets it. She doesn't owe men niceness, but men don't owe her protection. Get it? Granted that if she has somebody in her life, family members, etc., boyfriend, husband, of course they protect her. They're not just gonna let her just fall by the wayside and be abused by whomever is coming at her, right?
To take this time to make myself extremely 100% absolutely clear. No man is required to protect a woman who is not in his life. We need to make that very clear, because a lot of y'all women out here thinking that, oh, we need protection from men. Men don't protect us. We're all the real men now. A man is not required to protect you unless you're...
All the same time they say they don't need men. The world would be better without men. But at the same time, they're saying they want protection. They want people to be there for them. I got to pick. You can't go back and forth. You got to pick a side.
You're his wife, unless you're his mother, his sister, only the women, his grandma, auntie, only the women in his life is he required to
Daughter.
protect. If you want protection, go get a husband. Go get your brothers, go get your fathers, go get your uncles, go get those guys. Those are the only guys required to protect you. Now, fortunately for the women today, some men tend to do that anyways, right? Because it's naturally, it's in our instincts to see if a woman is getting treated badly, getting abused, yada, yada. It's in our instincts to go and do that stuff anyway. So fortunately, you guys have that privilege of having men in society that will step and defend your honor, right? But no means is he required to do so, or nor should he be shamed for it. So I want to make that very clear, because a lot of women are confused about that. But the reality is that no, you want protection. If you seek protection, if you require protection, go get yourself a husband. That's why husbands are important.
Or act right.
That's another reason why y'all think y'all can just be single and y'all don't need nobody. Men need women, women need men, okay? So let's make that very clear.
Pretty much it goes into that end right there. There's no comments. But like you said, though, you want protection, have somebody in your life. That's the gist of it. Men don't owe you, women don't owe us, but we do go along, get together, be together. Everything will work out perfectly fine. But like I said, in an open setting with other people around, man, stand up, go, help her out. Just be worried, like I said, because people will blast on you in public. That's a thing. So if you ain't packing, if you ain't carrying, like I say, go in numbers. If you get other people to come up and help, do it. Just don't put yourself in a situation where you're gonna make your wife a widow or your kid a orphan at the end of the day. Just think about it. But that's all I got. That's all I have to say about it. Let me know your thoughts, comments down in the section below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumb up, and I'll catch you next video. Peace.